We all know that COVID-19 has been disruptive, if not anything. Its economic fallout has made a major impact on communities like those like Rockaway, Queens. Now, it's a New York neighborhood. We are a New York show. NYPD budgets and budget cuts have jeopardized a youth football program that aims to draw teenagers closer to police, the African-American community, and to bridge some gaps there. Now, the New York Giants are lending their support. Head coach Joe Judge and a number of players have connected with kids, providing a link to the outside world and really a path to a more optimistic future. Take a look.
There is a stigma when it comes to police, but especially the residents here, because they don't have a positive view on the police department all the time. It's part of the reason that this program needs to be here and that it is here.
We got 50 push-ups right now.
Who want it?
50 push-ups right now, let's go.
They ready? They're like, what up? It's a constant struggle between us and the forces of this community that just want to take over. This area is essential to us. Got a gang around here calls themselves Wild Meter. Just like we're recruiting boys for our program, they're recruiting boys too.
Let's go. Good. Good. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Shuffle with me.
Run field. We don't want to go sideways. Run up the field. Same thing. Same thing. Line up.
We get a lot of shots fired over here. We have a lot of gang violence in this area. And what we're trying to do is break that cycle by this program.
Good. That's it. That's it. Water, 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 water.
Now these people are looking at us like we're family. These are big brothers, these are uncles, these are father figures.
All right, now you the boss, all right? Let's go.
The NYPD has to make some tough decisions as it plans to cut more than $1 billion in spending.
But there are more than 100 families and police officers in Far Rockaway, Queens who are hoping their mentorship program is not in danger.
Coach, are you ready?
Yes, coach!
Down. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
When the social justice issues came up this spring, we decided we had to do something to take action. As a team, we get out in the local communities and help to make a difference. We were presented with the Far Rockaway program. We met with the officers. Really, every one of us looked around and just thought, this is really the perfect match for what we've discussed doing.
As strong as we are in what we do, to be attached to the New York Giants is a support in itself.
One of the major points that kind of came out in the whole social justice movement was police defunding, and that was definitely a pain of mine that shifted.
Before we spoke to y'all, before I knew y'all existed, like if somebody said like, defund the police, I probably might have been like, yeah, you know, defund the police. But since I got to know what y'all do, like my stance on this changed.
The kids are all here. Everyone's excited.
Typically, we meet on a weekly basis and talk with the kids.
Hi.
Jones in a play fake, deep ball down the middle of the field, looking for his receiver, and he's got him for the touchdown. Darius Slayton on the post.
How did it feel to have a big night?
You know, it's kind of last night happened. I'm happy, proud about it. Hey, great hair, by the way, bro.
I see a lot of myself in some of these boys, a lot of questions that I would have asked.
In school, right? How many fights would you say you had?
Why you ask me about fighting? You be fighting in school?
Not really anymore. No.
Good, man. Don't be fighting in school, man.
They want to know like more personalized questions, and you just sit down with them and you open up to them like they're open up to you.
Education is key. The NFL, people just think you're playing football. They pretty much every day we're in class.
I think it's good you see the players laugh and the kids laugh, and that kind of loosens the atmosphere a little bit. And you can tell the kids get a lot more comfortable with the players and myself.
Do you make the players run when they mess up?
Yep.
It means the world because now these boys have a big extended family. Now they got the Giants behind them.
The New York Football Giants.
They're going to want to do well.
That's it. Good job.
I want to see them progress for life after a Far Rockaway coach. You never know, one of them might be the next New York Giant.
Y'all look good. We look good. Give me some.
Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate you.
Hey, man, thank y'all, man. I'm dying to, when this COVID thing blow over, man, I'm dying to meet all y'all in person, man. Then we could get like some real stuff rolling.
Keep up the good work. Kids are very grateful to have you guys. And thank you for everything, man. I'm looking for that big W next week.
Giants on 3, 1, 2, 3, Giants.
That's just awesome. I got a smile ear to ear. I think the Giants have one of the best locker rooms in all of football, and their head coach is the man who is behind a lot of that. Let's bring in now New York Giants head coach, first year on the job, and he's doing it from his office right here. Coach Joe Judge, welcome to Good Morning Football.
Hey, thanks, man. What's going on?
Woo!
Hey, what's going on, Coach Judge? Before we get to the football talk, we got to respond to that incredible piece and the incredible work your team is doing, especially in that particular project with the Far Rockaway kids. Tell us about that union that you guys have with that group and why that's such an important thing in this year's 2020 Giants campaign.
Yeah, so, we kind of started this season off back in the spring working virtually, and we were really looking to make connections with each other as a team. And one thing that's been very important to me personally is when I took this job, I want to be part of this community. And I made it a big point to the players as well that we have to be part of this community. That means giving back to the people who support us. Well, obviously, when all the conversations started back in the spring, we had a lot of talks as players and coaches, and we had a lot of talks within the organization. At the time, you saw a lot of people were tweeting, saying things, and everyone was kind of putting their own opinion out there one way or another. But as a team, we collectively just really decided that we're not really much for talking, and we wanted to do something to be involved. Wanted to find, some individual organization we could go ahead and help with and to make a difference on a big scale. Wanted to really be able to start small. So, we divide the team into what we call Team of Teams, and it was 9 different teams made up of a different collection of coaches and players. And we put them in different areas, the different boroughs, different areas of North Jersey. And we allowed each team to go ahead and pick an organization or a focus point that they want to really work on. And our community relations team really helped pair us up. So, they kind of presented us, and we were in the Queens district. I'm with the Mets, and we're in the Queens district, and they kind of present us with a couple options. And the Far Rockaway Colts was one of them. So we identified within our team of what we really wanted to do and be, associated with. So the first thing the players identified was working with, youth sports. It's really our biggest platform that we can help with. We're a football organization. So if we can do something through sports to make a difference, that kind of goes hand in hand. The other thing was education. And, this group right now, the Far Rockaway officers, they were really working with a mentorship program and tying it in through youth sports. And then that really tied into community relations. And then, as you heard Darius say in the piece, talking about kind of the really community reform more so than police reform, to be honest with you, because to us it was about just establishing what the relationships are and what we can do to help with that. And I thought this program really hit everything that we were looking for. The officers were tremendous. The kids are great. And this, to me, is just an avenue that we can form a long-standing partnership with, that we're not just checking a box and saying, hey, remember that spring when social justice was going on? That was cool. We're involved in that. We want to go ahead and have some kind of partnership that we can go forward with and really watch these kids grow, develop, and hopefully help this program grow on its own. So you heard X say in that piece right there when the COVID thing blows over. And this is a group of kids and officers we want to have over here as much as possible through the spring and training camp, work with us on the field, and just be part of the Giants organization going forward.
Coach, you said you wanted to make a difference in the community. You are doing just that. We are so grateful to have a little bit of your time here on a Wednesday morning. Big game, of course, this week. I imagine it's not just the kids you're helping. With the youth, with the mentorship, with the interaction from the players. What are the players, what have you noticed that they've gotten out of this experience?
I think it keeps everything in perspective. Sometimes you go through a year like this and we can focus so much individually as coaches and players of, it's so different for us. We're wearing masks in the building, or we're spacing out on the field, or we don't have fans in the stands. And that's really kind of our biggest obstacle right now. When you look around the country, we got kids in this city that, all right, they can't go to school and schools are closed. They don't have the equipment to have virtual school, okay? Or youth programs are shut down. What are they doing in their spare time? What's keeping them busy? Who are they falling in with? What's keeping them out of trouble? And I think it's kept everything in perspective that, we have an opportunity, and we should be fortunate for the opportunity we have as, professionals in the NFL. But then also, the more we can be connected to the fans, this has just been great for us to understand that we do represent an area. There are actual people that put on blue and cheer for us. And these are really the kids right there that we represent.
Well said, Coach. Now, in that feature, we saw Dalvin Tomlinson, who was talking to the kids, and he said that you never know, one of these kids might be the next New York Giant. He's also the Giants nominee for the 2020 Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year. What makes him worthy of the league's highest honor?
Well, I think we have a lot of guys of high character. But to be honest with you, just speaking specifically about Dalvin, look, he's just a guy with high integrity, and he's a true leader on the team. He's a good player for us, which helps him be a leader, but he's a better person. And he's a guy that's always helping his teammates out. He's helping us out as coaches. He's one of our captains. I meet with him on a weekly basis. He gives me great insight to the team. But, look, he's very selfless. And when you really know Dalvin's story of what he came up and grew up with, and the story of losing his parents at a young age, and how he's been able to really become, his own man and help the youth around the area, he's just done a phenomenal job. And he's a guy that, we really hold up as an example to our younger players in the program. He's done a great job of helping really set the tone in our locker room and the culture we're looking to build here.